Hello, I'm Erik. I've invited my friends Greg Talley and Ryan Smith to join me in ingesting fun and bizarre foods. We'd like you to join us too. So come in and open up. It's Junkmouth. Hi, I'm Erik.
I'm Greg.
I'm Blake.
And I'm Ryan.
I'm glad our listeners could join us in the Roof Lizard Lounge, high atop the Dino Hotel in picturesque Lakewood, Colorado, above our restaurant Paleo Joe's near Denver and the Rocky Mountains. So, Greg, what did you bring in your lunch today?
Or are we doing lunch swap again?
We always do lunch swap, Greg.
Okay, well, let me reach around. Oh, that didn't sound right. Let me open up my lunchbox here. And in my 3-level Mumbai tiffin, in the top tier, I have stewed silk pupa in an orange saffron sauce. In the middle level is seared narwhal poke, seasoned with Urfa Biber and fenugreek. In my bottom tier, I have Brazilian creme de papaya and uncut cocaine. Now that's creme de cassis, papaya, vanilla bean gelato, and uncut street Colombian Coke. So it's sort of a South American medley I have going on with dessert. And I can't really feel my gums.
I'm
that
sure,
means it's working.
Yeah, I'm sure you're going to be high all day.
Yeah, it's sounding pretty good. Blake, what do you have in your lunch? I want to hear what you have in your lunch, Blake.
All right, guys. Mine's just blows out of the water. I have a custom-made takeout bag from the Brass Soup Hot Food Truck Company. In this container, I have pickled beet soup with a side of onion ring poutine with fresh Hawaiian sea salt. And then, on the side, I have a drink that's half calf, no whip almond, cinnamon, soy mocha that's served at a paltry 78 degrees.
Ooh.
Are we just not going to... I'm going to go ahead and say it. Who the fuck is this guy? He wasn't here the last couple of weeks. He's just suddenly here. Can anybody explain this to me?
I just showed up.
You just showed up. It's the Blake Sanchez from our podcast, from the Mystery Science Theater Revival League podcast. He was on. He disappeared.
I remember a Blake long time ago.
Yeah.
I thought we killed him.
No.
He survived.
I'm getting a bunch of goosebumps right now sitting back next to Ryan. We're not as close as we normally have been in the past, but I can definitely feel his
Yeah, there's
aura.
definitely some sexual chemistry going on.
Definitely.
With Blake, it's all about the sexual chemistry. But welcome back, Blake. We're glad you're here,
Thank
we're
you.
glad you brought your fancy lunch. I feel like I finally have a run for my money. So, what else have we got?
Well, I have in my Roy Rogers and Dale Evans lunchbox. Just let me open that up here. Okay, it looks like I've got turkey, pepper, and cream cheese and a pita. Ooh, I think that'll be good. And to drink, I have an Ecto Cooler High C. Can never go wrong there. And for dessert, a package of vanilla Dunkaroos with rainbow sprinkle frosting. So, Ryan, what have you got in your bag?
I've got a used bread bag, and I've got some grass clippings.
You can't eat that.
Well, I think you can.
What are you, a cow? How many stomachs do you have?
I'm not going to eat it. I'm just going to look at it and sort of consider my own mortality.
Yeah, what kind of grass is it? I mean, is it Kentucky bluegrass?
No.
No. Well,
Maybe
okay.
one of us will share our delicious lunch with you. Or probably not, though. Probably not.
I don't want your charity, goddammit.
Okay. Let's move on and welcome our listeners to Junkmouth. This is the second podcast joining the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Revival League and forming the new Dino Hotel Entertainment Network of America, or DINA. So here we're going to go into our... Wait a minute. Greg, our listeners need to know this. Greg had volunteered to bring in our food this week.
Yes.
Okay, Greg brought yellow food. Greg, yellow isn't a kind of food.
Yeah,
what the
fuck?
hell?
What's going on here?
Yellow. I thought the theme, we've done some different theme foods. I thought yellow.
No.
You dirty bastard.
Just yellow? That's your idea, yellow.
What kind of yellow drink are you going to give us, Greg? You got me nervous.
He's
I've been brewing it up special for you all week.
He's going towards that R. Kelly trapped in the closet vibe there.
All right. You know what? Let's. I don't like it, but we're here. Let's move on.
You don't think yellow is a food?
I
mean, in response,
what?
yes, yellow is a food, and the peroration of my speech is, Erik, shut up, and you're not the boss of me.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Let's
let our
move on.
audience decide, okay? So if our audience is masticating upon this show, I'm not sure this is a show you want to masticate on, but if it does, make you want to spit something back up at us, and if you masticate on it, I'm sure you do. Our contact is junkmouthpodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/junkmouth. And as we really get away from our theme today, let's let Ryan talk about a new upcoming show we're going to have later this year.
Yeah, we're not really sure when it's premiering yet. It's still sort of in the very early planning stages, but that's basically fan communities translated into alcoholic beverages because Greg is just looking for an excuse to drown his sorrows, but all the liquor in the world, Greg, won't buy you love. And we all
Boy, do I know
ultimately die
that.
alone. So I guess the upshot is this is Greg's futile attempt to drown the pain in liquor. It won't work, but it'll be interesting.
Okay, sounds
Exciting.
fun, and I say, you never really know until you try really hard. So give it a good shot, Greg.
I'm so lonely.
All right, before we dig into our first course, we need to sing for our supper. So let's load up that reel-to-reel with a sweet Kevin Murphy jingle and roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
The next time you travel to Denver, make your journey into one that you'll remember. Don't just sit around and wish when you can have an expedition at the Dino Hotel. Stretch, snarl, growl.
All right, thank you, Kevin Murphy and Riff Tracks. So before we dig into our first course, let's lay out our ground rules for Junkmouth. First, we look for items that are not widely nationally distributed in the United States. 2, we want foods that are unique or regional. We're not just looking for a local brand. We want a really unique food. 3, we fit our foods each week to a different theme, even if it's Greg picking yellow.
Yeah, what
And-
the fuck, Greg?
Color.
And these guys had kind of twisted my arm and forced me to allow us to each have a pass card each week if there's something we just want to refuse to try. So
I'm brave. I don't need a pass card. I'll eat anything.
Well, wait until you see some of the stuff that we eat on this show.
this will be entertaining. We'll
We
get Blake to eat anything.
last week we ate a dessert that tasted like a baby's severed arm. It was awful.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, the red bean
No,
mochi.
I don't think that Greg will contradict me on that. A baby severed arm.
But I can't contradict you on that, right? It was a baby severed arm.
Yeah.
And you and me
Is
in
that
our
a human
days have
thing?
polished off a lot of baby severed arms. I mean,
Yeah.
Lady in the Tramp style, too.
All right. Normally Blake tells us all about what we're eating as our savory dish and our eat.
No, he doesn't. This is his first time
Yeah,
on the
I
podcast.
No, I'm sorry.
What are you
I
talking
got
about?
you mixed up. Normally Ryan.
Have you been
tells us.
dipping into my cocaine dessert?
I want some of that.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little too nervous about what we're going to get fed. I can't keep my head straight. But as Greg brought our food in this week, I think Greg should tell us about what we're going to eat that's yellow.
Yellow stuff.
Not yellow snow, I hope.
No, well, I've been making that too. We're gonna do a flight of mustard, and normally when you
I think
try
that it's actually a troop or pride of mustard.
it's a gaggle of mustard
Yeah.
or a sneeze of mustard. But a flight is in the sense you would do a flight of wine or a flight of beer or a flight of chocolate. I brought in 3 artisan mustards and corn dogs because it is a yellow food with the cornbread batter on the outside, and it is also just going to be a medium. Now, corn dogs are nationally distributed. It is a very American food. While I talk about corn dogs here, we'll pass the mustards around. You guys spoon out a little bit on your plates and get set up. 3 of each, please. And so corn dogs were created by Carl and Neil Fletcher in their corny dogs at the Texas State Fair sometime between 1938 and 1942. Now, there are some claims from Minnesota and Illinois and California, but coming from Texas, I can tell you they are wrong. Texas State Fair is where the corn dog was indeed invented. And it is definitely the one true corn dog mustard. or corn dog that we're going to have with mustard, I should say. So everybody, grab your corn dogs after you're done spooning out your mustards. And Ryan, what do you think of corn dogs? You eat a lot of these, don't you?
Corn dogs, that's one of those lessons that I have to keep learning over and over again. You know, some people it's like, don't date crazy people or something like that. With me, it's corn dogs. It might just be the brand, but like the other day I was in the store and I saw like a box of 16 corn dogs for $6. And I'm like, aha! Discounting everything I'd learned in the past. Aha! I shall purchase these and eat like a king for a fortnight. So the reality is that corn dogs taste like batter-dipped cock.
Whoa.
Now-
I mean, Ryan, I'll have to take your word on that because I've never had batter before.
Look, I haven't had batter-dipped cock, but I've had stuff dipped in batter. And I'm bisexual, so I can combine the tastes on the tongue of my imagination, if you will, and it's not a great flavor combo. Let me put it this way. If there were a you got peanut butter in my chocolate conversation about this, somebody's getting arrested.
I'm just imagining just some creepy guy just digging and going in and out with his cock, laughing just crazy. And a big vat of batter. That's all I'm picturing right now.
You know,
And they explode when you microwave them, so...
Thanks for my batter.
moral of the story is do not batter fry or microwave your cock.
That sounds
Batter dipped or otherwise. I just do not deep fry, flash fry. It's not recommended. But let's try our first mustard here. This is a Lakeshore Strong Irish mustard.
And that's the bright yellow one, right?
Yeah, let me hold up the it doesn't have the stone ground, and it looks like this guy. So
this is the one that looks basically like regular mustard.
yeah, well, not the really light one. It's the middle toned one, the sort of the darker mustard. So
But we're going with the strong Irish, which looks like French's mustard to me.
Yeah.
okay, well, yeah, it's not the light yellow. It's sort of the French's mustard one. It's a unique recipe created over 100 years ago for Horsted Barton, who insisted on making mustard sandwiches when he went out for a day's hunting. So this is a real Irish mustard. So everybody, dip your dog, and let's try this and see what we think. 1, 2, 3. All right, it's strong.
Yeah.
Wow, I am getting a horseradish spike right up
Yeah.
into my nasal cavity
But
and
that's
nostrils.
not even the horseradish mustard.
No, it
Me
doesn't.
too, yeah.
It's definitely more the mustardy spike than the horseradish.
Just like an Irish
Mustard
man.
greens.
That's way
Oh
too
man,
much. Way too much for me.
I don't like it, yeah.
Yeah, I like the strong flavors. I don't think it's as. I've had things that are more overpowering, especially like some of the Chinese mustards. This isn't up that hot,
Maybe I just
but
took
it's
too much of
definitely.
it.
I took too
It's
much of it.
definitely
I'm going to try a smaller amount. First taste that I had was just overwhelming. It's that white pepper, Chinese mustard, kind of mustard green horseradish effect where it feels like somebody is hammering a nail up your nose.
Went to the back of my throat and went up my nose.
This is too much.
Yeah.
No,
Now-
I'm good
You
with
like
this.
it?
Now,
Yeah,
what I get,
I think it's pretty good. I think you could overkill it. You don't want. This is something you don't want to put
It's-
too much of.
Yeah,
on.
you're right.
But if
you're
you have the right amount, I think the flavor's really.
You're supposed
good.
to dip lightly, I think.
I-
You went
I'm-
heavy.
I think it is too salty.
Nah,
Unless that's the corn dog.
I think
I-
that's the
No,
corn
it's
dog,
not the
right?
corn dog.
No.
No, it has the mustard has a very, very salty flavor.
I just think you went.
I didn't think there was a way to make this particular brand of corn dogs worse, but I've found it. It's this mustard.
So we need to rate the first one with a 1 out of 5 greasy
0 to 5.
0 to 5
Right.
greasy wrappers, with 5 being par excellence, a transcendent experience, and 0 being throw this shit in
Yeah,
the
like the worst
trash.
thing you've ever tasted. This
So-
I'll go ahead and say this is a 1.5 for me.
1.5
bad.
greasy wrappers. What about you?
I'm going right in the middle. That's a 3. I think it's a decent mustard.
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with a 3. I think it's. I don't hate it. I think Greg went too deep with the mustard. He went 2 balls deep with it.
I
Yeah,
did.
It's too strong.
I gotta go with a 2 because I don't mind the spikiness. That was on me for going too deep, but I don't like overly salted foods. And to me, this tastes like nothing but salt, like
Oh.
brine.
I don't think
It's
so.
like
I
your
think-
sinus cavities are being raped by a fiery demon dick.
I think it's all in the amount. I think if you use too much of this, there is a lot of salt in there. It could get overpowering.
It's totally
I agree.
salty. I mean, salt to me is
Yeah.
a stronger flavor note than the actual mustard, and I am not a fan of this, and I'm being generous with a 2. Now, since we just did the horseradish, or since we just did the strong Irish mustard, I say we back it up and do the horseradish mustard I brought in third. Let's try the German mustard I brought in, which was Ulstertor Dusseldorf style mustard. Now, this is a classic stone ground mustard. It's got yellow mustard seeds. It's got unfiltered spirit vinegar. It's produced in Dusseldorf, and that's where guys named Rolf come from, if you are a fan of the producers. This is a special lime and mineral-rich water from Dusseldorf. It makes up one of the key ingredients, so it's got salt and sugar and spices.
Okay, so it's mustard made with hard water.
It's mustard made with hard water, exactly.
I'm not impressed.
And it's the kind of hard water that the Nazis were purifying to make uranium in the race for the atom bomb. So that's the kind of hard water. But
I'm impressed.
oh,
So
let's try it.
All right,
Stone
strong
ground-
mustard, now hard mustard.
Dusseldorf stone ground mustard.
This is better.
Oh, I like this.
Hmm.
I'm not a mustard fan, really. I like it in very sparing amounts with other condiments. But this is pretty good
Yeah.
mustard.
That's because the Germans know sausage.
Kinda sweet.
Because they know sausage, they know mustards. And we don't know how to do sausage over here. We know how to mass produce sausage and hot dogs. But if you ever go to Germany, and I've been 7 times, every region has its own unique variety of sausage. They all taste different. Most of them are very incredibly subtle and non-greasy and just amazing.
You are so far up your own ass right now.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I have a lot of German family, and I, a lot of the German sausage recipes that have come over, and I've eaten these things at
Mhm.
family gatherings and stuff like that. I can't argue with Greg on that. That is very true.
My whole
about-
family's German. He's still so far up
Yeah,
his ass.
Greg woke
Have
up.
you ever been to Germany?
No,
Then
Then
Greg,
shut the fuck up.
unlike
Because
you,
no,
I don't like Nazis.
They're not Nazis. We're talking about the Bundesrepublik Deutschland now, like the post World War II.
Greg woke
But-
up this morning feeling like, hey, I'm going to put my knowledge of German sausages in Ryan Blake's face.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
he thought of Ryan Blake's
Damn
face.
right I am. No, the Germans have just like the French.
Stop waving your sausage knowledge in our face.
I,
Greg.
I will smack you in the face with my sausage knowledge. No, the Germans have unique regional sausages with unique regional flavors and mustards, just like the French have strong wine and cheese.
Now we're
Or
getting into the
so
French.
so seriously, this is a beautiful pairing with this American corn dog. It's like our crumbling alliance with Germany. It's an amazing flavor, and I'm giving this 5 out of 5 wrappers. I think the stone ground, it has almost, I get almost a dill flavor or something, but it's really good.
Like I said, I'm not a huge mustard fan. I sort of like it very sparingly in combination with like ketchup on a hamburger. But I generally don't just put mustard on stuff. But this is pretty good mustard. I'll, taking into account my bias, I'll give this a 4.
Okay.
I think it comes out. It has like a base that to me does remind me a lot of the French's mustard, but with like rounded out and milding flavors and spices in it that definitely make it more complex, much smoother. Comes out, rather than an average French's. This is definitely really good. I'll go with like a 4.5 on it, but I'll say it's kind of a little. It would need a little more punch. It's a little bit mild to get to that 5, and I think that's where maybe I just like that that heat, that spice, that in your face flavors.
Yeah,
that I can't go as high as
that's
Greg.
something I'm not a big fan of in mustard is spice in mustard. I like spice in other things, but mustard I prefer a little bit milder for whatever reason. So
I think I'm between Eric and Greg. It doesn't have an overpowering taste, which I'm fine with, and it's kind of sweet to me, which I like. So I'm going to give it a 4.5.
okay.
All right. Well, the final yellow mustard I brought in, and we're gonna, the podcast went down to Georgia because this is a Georgian mustard, and it is called Braswell's Hot Horseradish Mustard.
Are we talking Georgia and former Russian Republic or Georgia, the regrettable state?
Yes, it's both.
No.
It's a very complex product that's made in both. No, Georgia, the state. So let's conduct our march to Flavortown here and go ahead and dip into the horseradish and see what we think. I can't believe I just channeled Guy Fieri. I apologize to everyone.
To me, this is like
Vinegar.
getting raped with a Terminator arm.
Oh.
I don't taste anything.
Okay,
It's not good.
the devil went down to Georgia and he made this crap.
Yeah, fuck this mustard.
I think it's good to taste it
Oh.
before you put the battered cock in your mouth.
I don't get anything. It just tastes sweet.
It's not good.
It tastes like rancid vinegar with a little bit of sugar added
Yeah.
to it.
I get sweet. I don't taste
Oh.
anything. I just it doesn't taste like anything.
No. This is the worst of the mustards we've tried.
Absolutely.
Bar none. It like I say, rancid vinegar is the dominant flavor, and I'm gonna come out right first. This is half a greasy wrapper. This is bad. This isn't like, your soul will never come back because it is fading fairly quickly in taste.
Yeah.
But it is really bad.
Yeah,
Half
it
a
doesn't
greasy
stick.
wrapper.
That's the one good thing about it.
Yeah.
It's not sticking. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think half a greasy wrapper for me too. Yeah, I am totally on board with Eric's description. Rancid vinegar, maybe a side of like hobo jizz.
And I think this mustard did something to you guys when you were kids, because I'll just say I don't hate it, don't love it. It's average to me, so I'll give it a 2.5, 3.
Mhm.
I don't really, whatever, it's fine.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, kind of along with
It,
Greg.
it tastes like it doesn't. I don't get a strong mustard. I don't get a strong horseradish. I don't get any spice. I don't get any flavor other than sweet. It tastes like literally nothing.
It's like this mustard came into your guys' room in the middle of the night and touched your no-no places.
It very
You
well
guys
might
hate it.
have because it's
Yeah.
pretty awful.
I'm going to give it a 0 on the greasy wrapper scale because a food has to taste like something for it to be something.
Okay, so
And,
your 0 is basically just utter indifference then.
my 0 is a nullity.
Yeah.
It is an
Okay.
absence of anything. I mean, I can't rate it if it doesn't taste like something. So
Good point.
I don't know how you can't taste that. I'm going right back to that Dusseldorf just to kind of
yeah,
block out the taste of this
love
stuff.
the Dusseldorf. Hey guys, when I finish my corn dog, I got to do a survey around the room. When you got the little nubbin on the end of the wooden stick, that's the leftover batter. How many of you guys gnaw it off?
Well,
and
of
eat it?
course.
You got to
have to.
you got to gnaw off the nubbin. Are you a gnaw nubbin or a non-gnaw nubbin?
I think
No, you have to.
I kind of just got.
I'm kind of hit and miss on it,
Yeah.
but I think right now, just because you're so excited about it, I'm going to skip it.
I'm gonna skip
Oh,
it too.
man.
I'm not finishing the corn dog because I have had one of the reasons I brought these in when you said corn dogs was to get the fuck rid of them because otherwise they're going to sit in my freezer forever. I'm not finishing this because, as I said, maybe there are corn dogs out there that are good, but this particular brand, batter dipped cock.
Pass it over. I'm going to finish it. I love a good corn dog, and I'm going to finish that.
It's not a good
Dusseldorf
corn
mustard.
dog. They're not even made of pork or beef. It's like a chicken corn dog or something, and
Yeah.
the chickens did something. Yeah, this is convict chickens that this corn dog is made of.
Pink slurry dog. No, this wasn't State Fair. This was an off-brand.
Yeah, this was like fuck you farms or something like that. Here's a
Here are the mustard lids. All right. So
get this out of my sight.
man, but I don't know. I'm really positive, Eric, about the Dusseldorf mustard. It gave me warm, fuzzy feelings.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, that was a great mustard, and since you're gonna make the obvious segue, let's move into accentuate the positive. Hey, you call me out on my segues. I'm calling you out on yours. All right. So, in accentuate the positive, this is where I talk about something that makes life just great to be alive. And today I'm going to talk about something that has made our lives far, far better that a large portion of our population is completely unaware of. And I'm going to talk about the slide rule.
Are you kidding me?
No! I mean, all right, the slide rule is a mechanical analog computer.
I'm
This is
familiar
a
with that.
computer before computers that people think of as computers.
What is it, 1960 Poindexter?
Yeah,
What?
I'm unfamiliar with what
Yeah.
you're saying right now.
So, I mean, a slide rule, if you guys have to have seen a slide rule.
Yeah.
They look
I-
like a ruler, except they've got a piece in the middle that slides back and forth.
Interesting.
and
There's
side to
Yeah.
side.
I can't remember
Or-
what it is, but there's an episode of the original Star Trek where Spock is figuring something out on a slide rule, and I'm like, really? 23rd fucking century?
Well, he's a Vulcan. He likes to go old school.
Yeah, it's true.
No, and I am talking about them. They make me happy definitely from a historical standpoint. I'm not saying that we should be using them today. I want to be clear
Okay.
because I know that'll really upset Ryan if I start saying something, something from the past that's been around forever is still good, like chopsticks. He'll
Wait
get
a minute,
pissed.
you're an
abacus,
engineer.
something like that.
I am an engineer.
You're an engineer, so this is like being a hipster engineer.
Yeah.
This is
if
like
you're
being,
still using one.
I mean, no,
Yeah,
but
no.
your advocacy is like some douchey hipster who has curated ice that he chips off of an ice block in his drink. That's the
Okay,
level
Greg,
we're
if
at.
I were saying that people should be buying, $200 slide rules to keep using today, that's exactly what I'd be doing. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we should really appreciate that the slide rule has existed. It's allowed us to do, whether it's the, multiplication, division, exponents, roots, logarithms, trig, all on one thing very quickly. It's allowed us to do things throughout history that have been just absolutely wonderful. And I think we really should appreciate that. That's like not appreciating the railway system or the Constitution because it's old, I mean,
Well, how old is the slide rule?
so the slide rule was invented somewhere in between 1620 and 1630.
That long
Really?
ago?
Wow.
Yes, shortly after John Napier published his concept of the logarithm.
I always figured
That's
it was
how
like
far-
1940s or 50s or something like that.
No, they have been
Wow.
around for a long, long time. The vast majority of the Industrial Revolution was fueled with a slide rule
Huh.
as a major tool. And, it really kind of like the last big bang for the slide rule. The big thing that was designed with it that before it got surpassed with our modern electric calculators, everybody's real famous. They say slide rules put a man on the moon. The
That they did,
Apollo
yeah.
11 moon landing.
Interesting.
That whole program was designed using slide rules.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking, Renaissance through the late 1960s. This is what made our industry move. And I tell you, if something like that, a tool like that doesn't make you a little bit happier, knowing how great a contribution it's made, I think you just have no appreciation for your history and some of the great things that man has done.
So are they still churning them out or making them? or
You
are they just
still
obsolete?
can buy a slide rule.
Okay.
I'm not advocating people go out and buy slide rules like Greg was pointing out. That's a very hipster thing to do.
Yeah.
Well,
If you want to, if you're a collector, hey, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with
But
it.
still a 300+ year run for a scientific instrument before obsolescence is pretty damn impressive.
Absolutely. So
You know what's not obsolete yet?
what?
The telescope. Still using that. So
Well, that's
fuck
true.
you, slide rule.
yeah.
What have you done for us lately?
You know what?
Exactly.
You know what? The telescope could certainly be one of these segments. Is a great thing. Just because there's something that lasted longer, I don't think it was used in as great a variety of things though either. So, but definitely a good thing in telescopes. So,
You know what else has lasted longer? Your stupid segment. Let's move on.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yes, I know.
Meanie over here.
Sick
Yeah,
of this
we've
fucking
managed to-
cheer.
We managed to get Ryan to come in here just so he can speak up. He puts up with us just so he gets
Barely.
this segment.
No,
Yeah.
but seriously, this is a safe zone, and we believe in freedom of speech, and we want Ryan to have his say. So, I mean, that's the important thing in your segment, Ryan's reality check. So
Yeah.
go ahead, buddy.
Okay. The age of consent.
Whoa! Hey, no, man.
No. What the hell, Ryan?
Christ, okay, fine. Okay, having to do these goddamn bits every week. I know you think it's amusing, but I'm sick and tired of having to explain myself to you people week after week.
Oh, come on, it's funny.
Funny? What about life is funny, you Pollyanna nitwit? Life is a no-good goddamned farce, and 99 people out of 100 are bastards.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just entertaining people.
You think I'm here to entertain you? You think
Yeah.
I'm some sort of dancing monkey who exists solely for your pleasure?
Well-
I'm a human being, you heartless fuck! How dare you assume to know me? How dare you?
Well, I mean, I did think of you as a dancing monkey, but I never really realized how deeply this bothered you.
Feel a little bad now, don't you?
A tiny bit.
I don't.
Yeah, it really doesn't bother me, but I've made you feel small and guilty, and I call that a win. Ryan out.
Well,
Oh,
wow.
well, now we know that Ryan just likes to hurt us.
Yes.
I'd like to have my
That's-
revenge.
Okay, well,
We don't have time.
well,
for that.
yeah, we'll have to work on
Put your
that.
pants
For
back
now,
on, for Christ's sake.
For now, let's just move on to our drink segment.
It's even dipped in batter.
I hope you weren't referring to the drink segment.
And we can see
so-
what he's referring to.
You know, that's probably like a huge fetish.
So, Greg,
We're gonna listen to this
I,
for that.
I am a little.
Don't Google it.
All right, I'm a little nervous to ask Greg, what yellow drink did you bring us?
Well, I brought in Gross Gus's Pirate Piss.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Delicious.
Pass card immediately.
Oh, come on. This is a delicious drink. But
You insisted on the pass card. You are not going to get me to drink piss.
all right. Well, it's gross. It's actually a soda, and it is Gross Gus's Pirate Piss. It is made by Indian Wells Brewing Company, and they are known for.
Thank you.
Let me pull it out of the ice bucket here. It is known for doing silly, gross-named sodas. Now, we have done one of these before in our other podcast, the Revival League. We did it with
Trace and Frank.
with Trace Beaulieu and Frank Conniff of Mystery Science Theater fame. They were the mad scientists. And we did their dinosaur dung and tried a chocolate flavored Gross Gus. And I got to say, it wasn't bad for what it was.
That wasn't bad for what it was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a chocolate soda.
Yeah, I remember, I think Trace said it's a chocolate soda. It's what's on the label. So,
So,
if that's what you're expecting, you'll be happy.
so Gross Gus, he's pictured on the bottle, and he's kind of a thuggish-looking steampunk guy in a stovepipe hat with a walrus mustache. The bottle is very swashbuckling. It's got a black sails, and it is a little pirate hanging off the side, wielding his sword,
And peeing into the water.
and peeing into the water.
Yep.
Let's not forget that detail. And guys, hold up this soda to the light. What does it look like?
It looks like piss.
Yeah, it's urine
Yeah.
colored. It absolutely
You're
is.
you're making me feel really good about passing.
No, I think this. I'm gonna go ahead and pop my black top open here. So that's one open.
I do
And
love
let me pass
pirates,
this down.
And I do love piss, so this is gonna go really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so people know, I mean, actual urine, while it's sanitary and safe to drink, it contains all that extra waste stuff from your body and extra minerals. And if you drink too much of it, you just get overdosed on those minerals.
I'm
that,
pretty sure
your
he
body-
hasn't
not a
actually
good
bottled
thing.
piss, Eric.
Yes.
He hasn't said
The
otherwise.
tough
to this
part was
point.
getting the cap back on. So on the count of what does it smell like, guys? Bananas.
Really?
A strong artificial banana,
Yeah,
like
I'm
banana
not-
taffy.
Not
Have you
looking
ever
forward
had,
to this.
Like runts, banana runts.
Yeah,
exactly like that.
All right, guys, cheers. Clink, clink. 1, 2, 3. No, sir.
It's not great.
I love it.
No, sir.
I can drink this all day.
Let me try again.
Now, the thing about Gross Gus's,
No, it gets worse.
it gets
It gets
worse.
worse the more you drink.
I am
No,
so
this-
glad I passed.
Are you sure
This
you don't
is-
want to try some of mine?
This is something.
I can pass on the piss.
Okay.
This is something I honestly would have expected from Rocket Fizz.
This
from,
tastes like
from
chilled,
Wester's Fixins
this
or
is
Melba's
like
Fixins.
chilled bat bile. This is horrible.
No.
No.
Fuck you, Blake.
It tastes
Yes,
like
yes,
somebody
yes. It is
got-
horrible.
A huge bag of runts, poured just all the bananas into it, put it in the sun, let it melt.
Then masturbated into it and killed a hobo over it.
That's fine. It still tastes good.
Well, I gotta say this. I love the flavor of bananas. I love banana desserts. This is an artificial banana, and there's
Yeah,
nothing
it's-
good
yeah.
about
No,
artificial
it tastes
banana.
like somebody stuffed a fresh banana in the bottle, and it's just.
It tastes
dancing
like
around my
somebody
mouth.
stuffed a fresh banana into an orifice of a decaying corpse. Is what it tastes like.
No,
It's fucking
I'll
awful.
disagree.
I am not a fan of this, and I do
One.
love. Yeah, I'll give it one.
That's being generous.
One greasy wrapper, and so Ryan gives it one greasy wrapper. What do you give it?
What do you think? What do you guess?
I'm gonna guess a 3.
No, I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
Oh, fuck
Whoa,
you.
wow.
Fuck you.
Wow.
I don't even know you.
I'm still drinking it. It's delicious.
So if anybody wants to carbonate their piss and send it to Blake, he'll happily accept.
I'll drink
Obviously.
it, yeah.
And banana flavored. So this is that moment. This is the very definition of being hoisted on one's own petard. This is the Wile E. Coyote moment of me setting off the Acme rocket and accidentally launching myself to the moon. I brought this in to hurt other people, and you know what? Life lesson learned.
Yeah.
I ended up only hurting myself.
No, you hurt other people too.
Okay, well then it's not
You
all
hurt
bad.
Ryan.
You hurt me pretty
You
severely.
made my day.
It's not all bad.
I'm feeling very intelligent at the moment. Okay, so as I think we can move on from drinking piss to Greg telling us a little story.
Yeah, this is my segment, Tales of the Stupid.
And he
And
basically just talks about his life.
yeah, I talk about my life. And, I want to talk about a yellow product that is very much an artificial one, margarine. Now, margarine has a very interesting history. They use beta carotene to give it its yellow color.
That's fascinating, Greg.
A Frenchman created it in France in 1869, and he was responding to a challenge by Emperor Napoleon III to create a butter substitute for the armed forces and lower classes, and it was later named margarine. Now, in World War II, it was called oleo, and this was because butter and other animal fats were in high demand for rationing and victualizing the troops and for making explosives and greasing machinery, etc. So if you had food rations, you were eating oleo. And I've talked to my dad about this, and you'd get a package of snowy white margarine because it doesn't have naturally any color, and it would come in a plastic package or a wax package, and you would have what's known as a color berry or a little yellow dye packet, and often the housewives would give the margarine to the kids and turn it into a game where they'd have to work, just sort of massage the packet to get the color in so that the margarine would actually look like something other than white. So and it's one of the few instances in the 40s and the 50s where there was an emphasis on going from white to color. So
that's odd to me, though, because real pure butter is oftentimes white or very close to it.
I didn't know that.
But it looked very unappetizing because it was just this white pasty material. But from the 30s on, the margarine industry did this concerted marketing campaign to do a hatchet job on lard and butter and present them as health risks. And it was presented as a snowy, beautiful, pure, laboratory-produced food. And this was back when there was such a loving worship of science and technology that you could see lard. To this day, lard has a negative connotation to it, and
it's delicious.
But that's because we've all bought into a concerted multi-decade marketing job of margarine equals good and butter and lard equal bad.
I've got to point out, I think we got to knock margarine down a peg now, and I think it's getting there, but in the early days of margarine, they tried to use it as a supplement to feed livestock, and it didn't really work out well because the livestock wouldn't eat much of it.
It's true. And, and it turned out to be worse for you than many animal fats because it was full of hydrogenated oil and trans fats. Now, in the defense, I will say this, most margarines have phased out trans fats and hydrogenated oil. But, it was an industry effort to get rid of competitors by simply labeling them as something disgusting and old school. And margarine was the lab-produced food of the future. So anyway, that's the yellow tie-in, and that's my Tales of the Stupid.
I can't believe I've sat here wasting several minutes of my life listening to that.
Yeah, well, it has a fairly large margin of error.
Oh.
Ow! Ow!
Hey,
Ow!
Ryan!
Ow!
Stop! Man, we can't beat people,
He
Ryan.
deserved it.
Oh.
Are you
I'm
gonna
okay.
be all right? Can
Why,
you get up,
why,
Greg?
Ryan?
Don't
continue?
give me another excuse.
Parquet?
Don't-
Why? Oh! Ow!
Hey! Get off, Ryan! Come on!
Greg,
That's gonna
let me rub
bruise.
some margarine on that.
All right, let's.
So-
You know what? You know what? This is getting out of hand. Let's work on trying to be merry. Let's go to our next segment. I think we have some. I see something that actually looks like it might taste good.
Really?
Okay?
That'd
Yeah.
be nice.
Yeah. So, Greg, what do we have there?
All right, for the yellow dessert, confession, I cracked into these because I'm a sad, lonely bachelor in a hotel room right now, and I wanted something sweet one night, and I brought in Clay's old-fashioned hard candy lemon drops. So I'm already heavily biased towards these because I've been eating these by the fistfuls. I'm surprised there aren't any left for you. But it says Clay's naturally flavored from California lemons. Then they got to put in the standard bullshit marketing of fat-free and gluten-free. And now you can enjoy that old-fashioned natural lemon flavor in a delicious hard candy and try some today. So Clay's candy since 1919.
So we can try them now because we haven't had lemon drops since before any of us were born.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody take
1905.
3 or 4 because
Why do we need 3 or 4, Greg?
Yeah, I
Well,
just
why
want
not?
one.
I'm taking 2.
I'm taking 3. I love these.
I'll
So
grab some more later if I finish
now
this one.
now there's 2 ways to eat any hard candy, particularly a lemon drop or peppermint. And one is to very patiently suck on it till you get rid of the hard candy coating, and the other one is just to chomp into it and get that burst of crystallized flavor right away.
And destroy your teeth.
And destroy your teeth, have it stick into your fillings and all of that. If you suck on this, it's going to take a long time and it'll be kind of grainy and abrasive on your tongue. But if you're impatient like me and you crunch them up, it's instant deliciousness.
I'm not biting into a hard candy, Greg. I'm
Me
not a
either.
fucking
I am
suicidal
not a
idiot.
chomper.
I'm all right. Are you a chomper or a sucker,
I'm
Blake?
a sucker. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
3 suckers and 1 chomper. So
Which is why Greg doesn't get any dates.
that's right. So
But I'm
count of what do they smell like?
Lemon
Nothing.
drops.
like a lemon drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very faint, not a whole lot of scent to them. But
Just like a typical hard candy
Yeah.
lemon drop.
Yeah. So I mean, these Clay's has been making candies in South Bend, Indiana, for a while, and you can find them in specialty food stores, farm supply stores. I don't know, probably.
I
Cracker
don't
Barrel.
care about the history. I just want to taste something good. Let's just eat it.
Put it in your mouth.
All right.
right,
Count of
put it in
3.
your mouth.
Put it in your mouth. 1, 2, 3.
While we're sucking on this, I'm imagining Greg. I feel like we're back in the 1900s, like you said, Eric. Like Greg has the big hat, the curly cues, a big sucker,
God, it's good.
some long knee-high socks with some shoes with buckles
Amazing.
on them.
Yeah, this is a 5. This is great.
Oh,
Really?
Once you get the sugar coating off
You got the sugar. Oh God, for my.
and hit that lemon flavor, yeah,
Mm.
it's really good.
I don't like it.
It's definitely a pretty. I mean,
What
it's
is wrong with you? You liked that fucking pirate piss stuff.
Still
Yeah.
drinking it.
You don't like lemon drops like a goddamn communist.
lemon drops.
I gotta have
lemon
another.
drops have always been a good candy. I don't think there's anything special about these. I can't go all the way to a 5. I'm gonna say 4.5.
That's generous.
Just because I don't think I mean lemon drops are a good candy, and
Well,
these
they're
are
no
just a
better.
classic
It
lemon
tastes
drop.
like a
Yeah,
cough
they're
drop.
no better than your average lemon drop, but
But-
I really like lemon drops. So.
Okay,
Wait,
that's
God.
fair
You
then.
would.
Oh, that's a lemon drop.
What?
though.
It's like
What do
you
you
would
rank
like
these,
lemon
Mr.
drop.
Chomper?
Chompy. I'm gonna go with 5. I like it.
You guys are all off on this. Lemon drops are the
Man, I need another.
Mm.
boring. I don't want that as my dessert.
Well,
I'm gonna give it a 1.
I mean, if it was a lemon drop
what
martini,
is
I'd be
wrong
with you.
with you? You gave a 4.5 to an objectively terrible soda
No.
and a 1 to a lemon drop. Are you going to shoot a puppy and murder your grandmother on the way home? Christ.
I'd rather shoot a puppy than eat this lemon drop.
Wow.
I'm taking it out of my mouth.
I can't believe that, Blake. That's crazy.
That's actually
You're-
right. It's a little too far.
Shit,
but
I lost a filling. Oh God, I gotta go to the dentist now.
What did I tell you about biting into hard candy, you dumb twat?
But it's so good and delicious, and my teeth hurt.
All right, let's hurry up then and summarize this so we can get Greg to the dentist. So we tried a few mustards, and we kind of think we recommend if you're going to have a mustard, it's the Dusseldorf.
Dusseldorf.
Go with the
Yeah,
Dusseldorf,
yeah. You guys drink piss,
It was awful.
It
and it
was
was
awful.
awful.
It was
Gee,
delicious.
what a surprise!
But
Other than Blake,
Not
three
just
guys
any,
drink piss. Blake liked it. Everybody else thought it was gross. We're all surprised.
Yeah,
Woo.
not just any piss, banana flavored piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had some candied lemon drops that are lemon drops.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever.
if you,
Really
if you
good.
like lemon drops, Clay's are as good as anybody else's. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
So
nothing special about it to separate it from any other lemon drop. It's
a
just that lemon drops are good candy. So.
No,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not. They're
So-
boring. They're
Fuck off, Blake. I
They
didn't
don't do
ask.
anything.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
all right, guys.
He will. Trust me, he will.
Shut up!
Hey!
So
All right,
Violet,
let's.
this is an abusive relationship.
You're gonna break off his tooth that he already has to go to the dentist for.
Good.
Come on. All right, before let's.
Oh, what are the
So-
points? What are our points?
Let's. Oh,
You
our
lost.
points.
You lost
I
bad.
did lose. Yeah.
I think-
So we had 3 things to try. I tried to because I was smart enough not to drink piss.
Yeah, I think he really was the winner on that one.
Really,
Greg.
really, and everybody else, you guys did it. You guys put everything in your mouth because that's how you are.
Woo, everything in our
Love
mouths.
putting stuff in my
Yay.
mouth.
All right, let's close up here. We got any final thoughts? Let's start off with the new guy, Blake.
I'm just glad to be next to Ryan again. It's giving me goosebumps all over.
Okay. Final thoughts, Greg?
I really think that I knocked it out of the park here. I'm going to congratulate myself on building an episode around a color. I just picked something random and ran with it, and you folks doubted me, and I think at the end of the day, I am the true ultimate winner here.
Really?
and-
Because 2 out of the 3 things we tasted were pretty bad.
I disagree. I think 2 out of the 3 things were excellent, and there was only 1 that was
We
terrible.
had 2 disappointing mustards out of 3. The pirate piss soda was a war crime. The lemon drops were good. You failed, Greg.
Don't
If you
forget,
went,
I
to listen to
disagree.
the margarine talk.
the
the-
margarine talk, yeah,
the
you
Dusel-
built it around yellow. Cheese, Greg, cheese. There's so many good cheeses. Pizza, angel food cake. There are so many better choices you could have made. This was an abject failure, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Very
Hey, look, you say goodbye, I say yellow.
Ow!
Ryan! He deserves it!
You deserve it! Now you deserve it! Oh, you son of a...
I am not protecting you, Greg! All right. My final thoughts. The only way Greg won was he got his revenge on the things I fed him.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the only way. Worth it. I hope you think so. So everybody, until next time, remember, eat, drink, and be merry.
So much pain.